Well, it's a fantastic day here on Lake Fork this week. Uh, this is going to be my fishing report again. I didn't get to the Texas Parks and Wildlife. I don't really have a ton to report because I'm not on the water a whole lot with the weather, and the water's also pretty cold. And kind of a rule of thumb for bass fishing for a lot of us is that if the water's below 50 degrees, it's just really not going to be that productive normally. I know there's always exceptions to the rules. I hear about it every time I say that, and the guys on Facebook are putting up big pictures of big giant fish and all that cool stuff, and I'm cool with that. I think it's awesome. But as far as fly fishing goes, that's not going to be the direction I go yet. We're supposed to have a warming period coming up. We've had a cold spell, and now we're about to have a warm spell next week. And I want to give the water a few days to warm up, and that'll kind of get the little buck bass moving around and get the females moving. Now, what I'm hearing from my friends is that the black bass that they're catching on Lake Fork have eggs in them, and so that's really early. Yeah, maybe it's kind of early. I think we're going to have an early spawn, and it looks like we may have a rainy period come up in a couple of weeks if the weather forecast holds up right, which is always suspect. But we're about 3 feet low. Water's in the mid 40s for the most part. I've been up as warm as 50, and I was out on another small lake in the area a few days ago, a lake that I would usually catch fish in the colder water, but I didn't even get a bite. And I think the water was just a little bit too cold, and I think that the weather has been so up and down and hot, not really hot, but it'll warm up and be sunny, and then it'll get down to the teens or the 20s at night and cool everything down. And so I think that the fish are kind of doing their normal thing they do this time of year. They're just kind of hanging until it gets right for them. And right for those fish is going to be typically enough sunlight needs to get through that water. They do react to the light coming through the water, the number of hours that it comes through, as of course, as well as the temperature of the water. So um, that'll generally kind of kick things into high gear when it happens. And that'll be generally mid-February. That kind of gets going, and so it looks like that's what is going to happen this year. So right now, I'm going to be spending my time tying flies and getting my equipment cleaned up and oiled up, and get my fly line cleaned and get some floatant put on it, some cleaner on it, and things like that. And so this is a great time of year to do it. Now I'm going to be tying a bunch of just hollow tie bait fish imitations, and I'm going to, because in the pre-spawn, I'm going to get the biggest ones I can, and I'm going to throw them up in the stumps and just real slowly pull them through those stumps and see if I can't find a female that's rubbing up, because that's what they do. They'll get up, kind of rub up against the stump, loosen those egg sacs up, get ready to go in and lay eggs. And so that's who I'm looking for. And that's kind of typical pre-spawn fish. And I'm also going to tie some larger flies, and I'm going to tie sort of a jig pattern, because a lot of times this time of year, particularly in March, I'm going to like to throw a pattern that's going to drop down next to the tree and just kind of swim down next to it. So I'm going to tie some sculpin up, and I'm going to try variations of rubber legs on them, rabbit fur, all kinds of stuff like that, until I get two or three different styles to see what they're doing. Also weights, because sometimes in the spring I'll throw a sculpin, or when I was fishing regular, I'd throw a jig that might be a 3/8 ounce jig, which would be a smaller sculpin, and uh, the rate of descent of that jig would cause strikes. So you want a couple of different sizes so you can kind of vary the rate that bait's falling down through that brush into those fish. Now on Lake Fork, I'm going to definitely have to have weed guards on it. So I'll show you all that stuff when I'm waiting on my supplies to get here. They're supposed to be here by the weekend, and then I'll do some videos on how I'm tying those things up. I lost 2 of them last year. I had a couple of them, but I lost them on fish because in this lake, those fish will grab them and they'll wrap right around a tree and break you off, and it's pretty frustrating, but it happens. And so that's what I'll be focused on more than anything. And of course, I can't wait until April or so for some topwater, but that's on down the line. Right now, depending on the weather, depending on if we have a long, warm, we may have looks like we might have a very warm period coming up that's going to lead us right into March and April. I don't know about any cold weather they're predicting for down here in Texas, but down in northeast Texas where I am, it looks like we're going to have some pretty decent weather coming up, and that's of course going to affect everything. So contact me at alex@flyfishfork.com if you have any questions or you're interested in booking a trip. Like and subscribe. I need all the help I can with this channel. I haven't been real consistent with it. Again, I know everybody's tired of hearing this. I've had a very sick wife I've been taking care of, and I haven't really had a chance to kind of get focused in on my media content and things like that, but I'm doing my best to get that done. And then I'll get some more videos out on the water. It's just I know a lot of my videos lately have all been from this porch, which is great, man. I love it when I can do that. I really like doing it from the water, but I haven't been on the water a whole lot. So I'm trying to just kind of get you some advice to help you get going. So give that a try. Give me a call. Check in. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you're catching fish. All I need to know is where, when, and how. No, I'm just kidding. Hope you have a great day. Tight lines, stay safe, stay dry. The water's cold and you sure don't want to fall in there. Take care.